Okay, this is something I've been thinking about a lot lately, and it actually really bothers me because I just want to know, do people who are actually bad people, like they do bad things, they lie, they steal, they cheat, they make up rumors about people, they actually are like the narcissistic person who's like just lying all the time about stuff. Why do they actually feel like everybody else is going to get karma, or like everybody else is going to have to like deal with the actions of their consequences when they're actually the ones who are doing bad things? But they're the ones who are wishing karma on people, wishing bad things on people, and living their life as if they're innocent people who don't do anything wrong. Like, how are you actually a bad person thinking that other people are going to get karma when you're the one doing bad things? So, like, do you think that they know that they're a bad person, or do you think they truly believe that they're a good person and they really think what they do is not wrong and that just everybody else does bad things to them and they're always a victim? Because honestly, I find that to be like a mental illness. If you're just a person who knows that you do shitty things to people and you constantly blame other people and always play a victim and you can never take accountability, and you're constantly telling other people that they're going to get karma and they're going to do this and this and this, that's crazy to me. Like, do you actually not believe that you are doing some of these terrible things? I never understand it, because I'm just like, I'm a type of person where, like, if I do something, I apologize, or I can take accountability for my actions because I know that I did something, or, I hurt someone's feelings or something. But there's like actual people out here that are lying and playing a victim and telling a story that does not exist, only in their own head, and truly believing that they're not the problem. I just find that weird, and I find that to be scary, because there are so many people like that. And unfortunately, I've encountered them a lot. But I'm just like, does anyone else see this or like notice this, or is it just me? Like, does anyone else that it's around them and in their lives realize that they're like not a good person and that they constantly play the victim? Like, basically everything they do wrong is always somebody else's fault. They never say that it's their fault. They can never say that they messed up or they did something. Everything is always everybody else's fault. And then they act like they're so holier than thou that whoever basically stands up to them or calls them out, oh, they're a bad person and they're going to get their karma. Like, I can't even tell you how many times that's happened to me. I had a friend in particular that, well, she wasn't my friend, but I met her through an ex-boyfriend, and she literally was hooking up with him, like to the point where I walked in and caught them in my home. And they both tried to deny it and gaslight me and tell me that I was crazy and all this stuff. And fast forward, I ran into her like maybe a couple months later, and she apologized, like, but not really apologized. She was like, sorry, you thought that. So she never actually admitted it. She just said, sorry, you thought that you saw that. So then me and her, like, because I'm an idiot, decided to be like, okay, like, let's move on. And I became friends with her. Every time I would hang out with this girl and we would go out, I don't know if it was because she was drinking, she would then all of a sudden accuse me of sleeping with her boyfriend. And literally go around and tell people that I was doing that to her, after she knows that's not true, and she did that to me. This has happened to me. Like, I've had like 2 friends do that to me. So it's just crazy to me that people actually believe their own lies. They really do. They believe that they are innocent in situations, and then they make up rumors about you because they can't take accountability and say, I'm a shitty person for what I did to you, so I'm going to make you look crazy instead, and I'm going to spread rumors about you instead so that I don't have to take accountability and I don't look like the bad person. And I've literally had the same stories forever. My stories never change. I have receipts of things that I just choose not to like show, but I have receipts for everything. I have proof of everything. And the amount of people that will do this is absolutely insane, which obviously shows me that I just need to pick better friends and better people and stop like trusting people. But it's sick, honestly. And I just wish people knew how to take accountability, and I wish people knew how to own up to their shit, because it's actually exhausting and just annoying to a point, because it's like you can't always play the victim. It doesn't work like that. I've had a lot of trauma and things happen to me in my life, with friends and ex-boyfriends and things like that. I'm very blessed and thankful that I have a great family. But as far as like friends and like ex-boyfriends and things like that, like I've had a lot of trauma, and for some reason, none of them take accountability. I've reached a point where it doesn't matter, but even with like friends, like none of them take accountability for the fact that they did certain things to me, and then they try to play the victim and act like I did something to them, or they push me, and then I react, and then all of a sudden I'm the crazy one and I'm the psycho and I'm mean and this and that. And it's like, you know, you would think over time people would grow up and just learn to be honest with themselves, because you're so busy like worrying about my sins that you can't recognize your own. So it's crazy to me how many people are like this. Obviously I've cut a ton of people out of my life. I've been focusing on myself a lot. You know, I've gone through trying to be healthy and lose weight and just taking care of myself and my mental health. But the amount of people who still try to just make up rumors and do crazy things to me, I don't understand it. I really don't. And I have literally stay in my little bubble and like do not bother anybody or talk to anybody. So I'm just like, for you to still have stuff to make up is wild. I will cut off anybody who talks to people that I don't even associate with, because I don't want them to go back and tell other people stuff. Like, I have done everything that I possibly could, and people still go out of their way to try to make me look like I'm the bad guy and they're a victim all the time. But yeah, I just don't understand it. And honestly, I wish people were just better people and could just own up to their own shit instead of constantly blaming everybody else for everything and just playing a victim all the time, because that victim mentality is never going to get you anywhere. And if you're wondering why your life hasn't changed and why you're still not doing the things that you thought you were going to do or living this life that you thought you were going to live, it's because you're too busy blaming everybody else for everything instead of taking accountability for your own actions and what you choose to do and say about other people and about situations. So yeah, I don't know. It's crazy to me. It's scary. There's a lot of mental illness in the world. I think drugs and alcohol play a part in it. I haven't drank in a while. I'm not really a drinker anymore. I will have like a drink here and there if it's something to do, like somewhere to go out or an occasion, but I do not drink like that. And I think once you get sober, you really realize a lot of things about people and like just how they act. So yeah, just my thought.